Albany last night. New details about the shooting and what police now need your help with.
Right. Hundreds of officers and first responders are working together for school safety. What types of threats they're preparing for coming up.
Rain and storm chances and a very summer-like pattern will take us into the weekend. And then is a warm-up in store for us as we get into next week. We'll have the answer for you coming up in weather.
Fox 31 News starts right now.
Good evening and thanks for watching Fox 31 News at 10. I'm Amir Makeup-Sin.
And I'm Raymond Tubb. First on Fox 31 tonight.
We're now learning new information tonight about the deaths of 3 people in Northwest Albany. The shooting happened Tuesday night at a duplex on East Alberson Drive. Police say a 26-year-old woman and 2 men ages 23 and 25 were shot and killed. They say 2 children under the age of 5 were also home at the time but weren't hurt. Police were still at the duplex today checking out the cars parked in the front. APD says there have now been 11 homicides in Albany just this year. They have yet to release the names of any suspects. They're asking anyone with information about this shooting to speak up.
Well, new tonight, that's just one of 4 shootings in Albany that APD is now looking into. Another happened at the Stop and Shop on Clark Avenue about 5 o'clock this morning. Police say a 47-year-old man was shot twice after 2 other men tried to steal his car while he was in it. The victim was taken to Phoebe, where he was treated for his injuries.
Tonight, officers are also looking for clues in a separate shooting on MacArthur Street. Police say a 21-year-old man was shot in the leg late Tuesday night. Witnesses say they heard several gunshots outside on MacArthur Street. The victim was taken to Phoebe.
Well, another person also shot in the leg. No arrest on South Madison Street. Police say a 19-year-old man reported getting shot as he walked near June Bugs on South Madison. That's about 11 o'clock Tuesday night. He says he heard the gunshots and then realized he had been hit on his side. The victim says he waved down a driver and was taken to the hospital. Police haven't named any suspects in these 3 shootings either.
APD Chief Michael Persley says these shootings expose a big gun violence problem here in Albany. He says they've increased their efforts to get information on suspects because of the increase in violent crime. But he's also asking gun owners to be responsible in handling and safekeeping their weapons. Police say it takes your support to stop crime.
If you know someone who's have these weapons and they want to do harm to someone in Albany, call us. It's not being a snitch. It's not about betraying somebody. It's about saving a life. And anything we can do to save lives, that's a win for everyone in Albany.
Meanwhile, a Coffee County man facing charges tonight after getting accused of breaking into a business. Deputies showed up at Aiden's Mini Market on Highway 221 after the store's alarm went off. They found a burglar was able to get in by removing some plywood panels from the side of the building. This happened back on June 25th. Through security camera video, deputies were able to arrest Marty Davis, and he is now charged with burglary.
New at 10, a Valdosta woman is in jail accused of killing her baby. Ariel Curbo called police last week and reported that her baby wasn't breathing. Officers determined that the baby was already dead. Employees of Valdosta's crime lab say the baby died from internal trauma. Curbo will face charges of murder in the 2nd degree, cruelty to children, and providing false information. Tonight, 2 people are facing fraud charges in Coffee County. Sheriff deputies say that William Scarborough and Tommy Inman tried to use fake $100 bills at a Jet Foods on Highway 32 last Friday. Investigators arrested the 2 at their homes on Tuesday.
New tonight, people in Tifton may soon see some little painted rocks hidden around town. Kids in the area painted those rocks to help keep the Tifton Rocks tradition alive. Children hide the painted rocks across town for other people to find. The community wants to spread the message of love and bring some smiles to a few faces.
The biggest thing I wanted to do was to give our community kids, our neighborhood kids, the chance to participate in something that was going on town-wide.
They say if you find a rock, then hide it somewhere else for another person to find.
Pretty typical day around South Georgia for today. A little more cloud cover is built in, and we did have a few scattered thunder showers around the region. Still some dissipating showers at the present hour, but it does get a little bit more organized further back towards the southwest into parts of the Florida Panhandle. But the deep moisture is continuing to filter on in response to a trough off towards our west, and it's this trough here that will begin to work on in as we go throughout the overnight hours into the start of our Thursday, and that brings a heightened rain and storm threat for tomorrow on the order of, let's say, about 60% for much of the area, especially Albany westward in the start of the day, and then kind of filling in towards the northeast as the day wears on. So expect a little bit of a wet and stormy time for our Thursday. Does that continue into Friday? And what about the entire weekend? We'll have a look at that in just a little bit. Temperature here in the last hour about 81 degrees. Dew points have come back higher now into the lower 70s, and a southeast wind at about 5, creating a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere. And as we go throughout the daytime tomorrow, we'll start off with clouds around. Could have some rain showers in our far westernmost counties early on, but then that will spread towards the northeast as the afternoon begins to progress. 80 degrees around noon. We kind of keep the temperatures down a little bit tomorrow because of the cloud cover and that better threat for some showers and storms. The rain chance does double between noon and 5 p.m. A high of 85 degrees for tomorrow. Now, do we touch 90 or do we have a warming trend as we head into next week? We'll have